Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we thought we'd talk about a little bit more about OCD and the kind of intrusive thoughts side of it that I think is the side that actually not a lot of people either talk about or know about, like the general public or most people
can see, like you can't physically see
because it's a thing you can't see, and I think it's something like a lot of people who suffer with intrusive thoughts, often they're quite disturbing and they're thoughts that they don't want to have. So not everyone is going to just come out and say that that's what's going on. I was watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here the other night.
I haven't watched it yet, I need to watch it.
First year I've watched it.
Is it?
Yeah. It's quite good. It's quite funny actually.
Yeah, I need to get back on it.
But Rita, who plays Roxy in EastEnders,
yeah.
so she was like, I'm diagnosed with OCD. And then someone there said, well, how are you managing it in the jungle then?
Oh, I watched that bit.
Like straight away, because like it's just like it was just a general question, and she was like, oh, it's not to do with cleanliness, my OCD. Like she said, like she's a light flicker, you know, like a switch flicker. And it's kind of like, I think that just shows straight away what everyone's automatic perception of like the intrusive thoughts and OCD is, because she was kind of like, oh, well, it's like nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's just, it was like very innocent and stuff, but just thought it was interesting. So we thought we'd start off and talk a bit about Pure O. So it's actually, I didn't know much about it. I didn't actually really know about it before.
I didn't either, and I've had OCD, so you go and explain it.
So I think I know it before you, only because like I helped Mum with research for the book, but before that I didn't know it. So like, so basically Pure O is, so OCD stands for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. You have the obsessions and the compulsions, whereas Pure O is literally just the obsessions. You don't have compulsions that go with them, which
like
almost,
you don't do the compulsions.
Yeah, well, there's not really anything to do, like there's not a compulsion to do. It's like all the thoughts are in the head and they're stuck in the head.
Explain some of the thoughts.
So for example, it could be like a really awful thought. So, okay, I'm going to give an example of one I had.
Some. Don't worry about it,
So
mate.
I was doing my sister's eyelash extensions, right? This is only like a few months ago. And I suddenly, and the tweezers are really sharp. And I suddenly had the thought, oh my God, like what would happen if I actually got them and like stabbed her in the eye with the tweezers? Like, but I was literally like, why the hell? Like I was doing it and I was like, why the hell am I thinking of this? Like, so,
see,
oh, sorry. But no, I was just going to finish and say, but there's no there's nothing I can do
unless you do it.
Not do it. To get the thought out of my head. So it's not as if like, if I touch this or if I do this action, that's going to get rid of the thought, because the only way I'm going to try and get rid of it is by not doing it. So you either do it or you don't. And most of the people, if you've got OCD or Pure O as such, you don't want to be doing the action. That's why it's an obsession that disturbs you and it's upsetting, because you don't want to do it.
Because I remember when I was a kid, I was only probably 5. We were next door neighbour. They had 2 baby twins and we went round their house to see them. And I remember holding this baby in the living room and I just wanted to throw it in the fireplace. Like I literally was like just thinking about throwing this baby in the fireplace. And obviously I didn't do it, but I get like a lot of them are really dark. Like I remember watching a documentary and a lady just wanted to stab her mum. And she was like, I don't know, I don't want to do it, but something's telling me to do it. Or you get like thoughts like, for example, we'll be driving in the car with Mum and I'll get these thoughts, if there's a scaffold truck in front of us, what happens if one of the poles suddenly comes off, smashes through the glass and goes straight to her head? She's like laying there still a bit alive, like trying to get some help, and then I start thinking like, what would I do? Should I get my bag? I would get my bag and protect her. And it's all these things that you...
But I think everyone has thoughts like that. Like, I don't feel like everyone has thoughts of stabbing someone in the eye with eyelash tweezers, but I think everyone
or throwing a baby into a fire.
But I think everyone has thoughts of like, oh my God, what would happen if I stabbed someone?
Or if I jumped out the car, if I opened the door and jumped out on the motorway.
But I think they're all things that you're wondering because it's not something you're actually contemplating doing. It's not like you want to actually do it. You're wondering it because it's so horrific. And then And the thing is, people with pure O, I think the thought, so the difference between me thinking about it doing Sam's eyelashes is the thought goes and then it doesn't bother me, and then I think about it and I think, oh my god, like what the hell. Whereas
what would
like
happen if I did that?
someone with pure O, like it actually starts affecting their life, because possibly it's around
A certain
it can
person.
grow, or it can grow in an environment. So say someone worked in a nursery and they started, oh no, actually a good one is, I did read about a lady who had a baby, and she was having obsessional thoughts about killing her baby. But it's really weird, it's almost like there was two people, because there was this voice like, what would happen, but she wasn't going to do it. It's not like she literally wasn't going to do it.
That's quite common, that is. I've seen that on this morning. Yeah.
But it can really
oh yeah.
and it's something like that affects a lot of people, but they're not going to talk about it because no one's going to ask you, because you're not, unless you're acting like out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
No one's going to know.
Because she couldn't go in the same room as her baby.
Yeah.
Like she was literally, I can't go in. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
going to stab the baby. And it was an obsession, wasn't it? So.
Oh, and it can be also like sexual thoughts as well about a child.
Yeah.
So a lot of new parents, or just parents in general, are unable to like bath their children and things like that through fear of through feeling so disgusted at their thoughts. But the horrible thing is that they don't want to be having the thoughts, and I think they just get out of control.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts affecting someone's day-to-day life. It can start affecting their relationship with their children.
I was listening to the radio once, I think it was LBC or something, and they were talking about paedophilia, but they were saying they were talking about pure O and intrusive thoughts, and adults that had these sexual intrusive thoughts towards kids, and people were ringing up and they were like, I'm disgusted, like I literally hate myself for having these thoughts. And there's a forum that people write in and they're like, I'm disgusted, but I just need to get it out. So
Thing is, it is a hard line to draw, because it's like, that's the hard thing, is like, if you said to someone, oh, I'm having these thoughts, so say you wanted to seek help, unless you go to like a counsellor or someone who's gonna keep it, you know, who they have to keep it private
and
kind of
understands
thing.
it.
Yeah, and they understand it. Say you go to like, I don't know, even your partner, like this is going to sound horrible, but you know, if you haven't been affected by it, you're not going to know.
Yeah.
And you're going to jump to like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, why are you thinking about that, about our child or about someone we know or something? And I think that's why it's hard, because there is like there's also a fine line, because
people do it.
yeah,
That's the
people do
thing.
follow it through, but then I feel like that's then going into like being a psycho.
I feel like that's just being unhinged and just being a psycho.
Yeah,
I
rather
don't
than
feel like that's
actually
pure O.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you guys have questions or like have anything
To tell us.
to comment on it, please do, because we haven't. Even though we get weird thoughts every now and then, we never do them, and it's just like, it's just interesting, because I do really feel. I feel for people who really genuinely suffer from it, who are really good people.
Yeah.
Like, I hope that they do get help from professionals, because that's hard.
They'll just end up punishing themselves and just being so hard on themselves.
No, I think that's what they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they just end up punishing. Wait, look, we've got like odd ones. Yeah, they just end up punishing themselves, and it's an actual thing. So, you know, if you guys have anything that you could share with us or tell us more,
like, totally do. Or if we've said something wrong, like, tell us.
Totally,
but that's
tell
how
us.
we've understood it.
Yeah.
And by talking to different people, that's how we've understood it. And obviously, I feel like everyone gets the thoughts every so often, but it's then how they start affecting your life day to day.
Like, someone might have something about a certain person and they can't go near that certain person at work. That's when I think it starts getting serious. So,
share your thoughts with us.
Maybe not your bad ones. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
Well, you
don't know about that one.
I'd be quite
Maybe.
interested though.
See,
Not gonna lie.
if you fancy it.
If you fancy it, DM.
Bye.